I wanna be a ballerina and dance on my toes.
I want to drive an 18-wheeler with a load of eggs in the back. And I want to drive fast on a road with lots of bumps. And when I get to where I'm going, I'm going to open up the back and none of them eggs will be broken. And then my dad will be proud and Miss Killian will be pleased. And then I can take out girls. And they won't even care about my damn legs or my damn head because I will be a big shot.
I want to learn.
I think Charlie's the school's best candidate.
Hey, Charlie! Hurry up with that flour!
I'm coming, Ollie.
Tony, how many bags?
Hey, Charlie, do me a favor.
Just a sec, I gotta give you this flour to Oliver.
Well, I only need you for a second, Charlie.
Hey, Frank, give me here.
I need you to pick up that bread pan. It dropped on the floor.
Just let me put these bags down.
Hey, Mr. Donner always told you not to carry more than you're able. If you think you can handle that load, surely you can pick up a bread pan.
Hey, Charlie, I need the flour. Just a sec.
Come on, Charlie.
What's up? Okay, Gimpy. Yeah, go for it, go for it. Here we go, here we go. Come on. Yeah. Come on, Charlie.
What'd I tell you, Charlie?
You're beautiful, Charlie.
Boy, I sure pulled a Charlie Gordon.
Oh, you sure did.
You guys.
Morning.
Hey, Charlie, how's it going?
Going good.
Work okay?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Another beautiful day, huh, Charlie?
Yeah.
Come here.
Let's go. Come on, no, seriously.
No, you have to stay.
I've got something better than breakfast.
Okay, class, we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to the planetarium, so don't forget to pack a lunch. Bernice, you forgot last time.
I'll go now, bye.
Bye. Bye,
Do everything for you.
okay? Oh, I'm sorry.
Bye, Miss Killian.
Bye.
She's hitting me.
Bye. Charlie, can I see you for a moment? Bye.
Bye, Miss Killian.
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I know I forgot to pack a lunch last time, but this time I'll bring some day-old bread from the bakery and everybody can have a sandwich!
That's sweet of you, Charlie, but that's not what I want to talk to you about. But don't worry, it's good. Sit down. Charlie, do you remember the other day when that man, Dr. Strauss, came to visit?
He was asking people questions?
That's right. And the reason he was asking questions was because he's looking for someone to do an experiment with.
What kind of experiment?
Well, it involves an operation, and a lot of things even I don't understand. But it's very safe, and it's worked very well before, except it's only worked on laboratory animals.
Animals?
This time, Dr. Strauss has permission to try it on a human being. And if it succeeds, it can make that human being very smart.
Dr. Strauss wants to do the experiment to me?
Maybe. We don't know yet. He has to do some more tests. But he was very impressed with you the other day.
I gave the right answers?
Yes, you did. And try not to get your hopes up. There are other people that he's interviewing, and we still have to get permission from your mother. Charlie, what is it?
She won't even see me.
She won't have to see you. She just has to sign a paper, and maybe after the operation, she'll want to see you. You'll be famous. Your picture will be in all the papers.
I don't want to be famous. I just want to be a genius.
Why?
So I can have lots of friends who will like me. So I can make my mother be proud.
Now, I want you to take a look at this card, Charlie. What do you see on this card? People see all kinds of things in these ink blots.
I don't see nothing.
Sure you do. Take a good, hard look.
Maybe I should get some glasses, Bert.
No, Charlie. I mean, tell me what it makes you think of.
Makes me think of someone spilled some black paint.
Yeah, but what's in the black paint? People say it reminds them of things. They see pictures.
Oh, yeah, I see.
What do you see?
Pictures of black paint.
You know what this is, Charlie?
What?
A maze.
Amazed.
No, a maze, you know, like Anyway, look. Now, I'm gonna give you this magic wand. Okay, hold on, let me show you first. And I want you to use it, start here at the beginning, okay? And you use the wand to make a path through the maze, just like this. And you see that little box at the end over there? It says finish? That's where you want to get to, all right? Now, if you go off track, you probably get a little zap. It's not gonna hurt you or anything, it'll just lead you in the right direction, okay? Okay. Hold on, ready? And go. Ow!
Oh! I'm not very good at tests, Bert.
That's okay, Charlie. This isn't a test.
What is it then?
It's a game.
How come it's not fun, Bert?
Ow!
I'm sorry, Bert. It's too hard.
Hey, that's all right. Don't worry about it. You did fine.
I thought I could do it, too. I was feeling lucky, see? I had my lucky penny and my rabbit's foot. I don't think anybody can win this game, Bert.
You know what, Charlie? You're right. It is hard. But I'll let you in on a little secret. I know a little fellow who can win. You want to see him?
Uh-huh.
All right, close your eyes.
It's dark, Bert.
Yeah. Okay, open. Charlie, this is Algernon.
Hello.
Come on, buddy. Up, 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 up. There you go. Watch this.
Wow! That's one smart mouse!
Bert's given you a lot of tests these last few days, hasn't he, Charlie?
This is a lot of books.
Lots of books.
And really big words.
And small ones. How do you think you did on these tests, Charlie?
Not so good.
You're wrong, Charlie. You did very well.
I did?
Better than anyone else they tested.
Does that mean I get to be smart?
It might. We won't know till after the operation.
Oh, you're gonna do something to my head. You're gonna put a computer in or something.
No, Charlie, it's already inside your head. You see, we just have to make it work a little better.
My brain?
Parts of your brain, Charlie. Millions of little parts of your brain. These parts are called chromosomes and enzymes, genes.
You'll fix my genes and I'll be a gene-ass.
We'll try, Charlie. We're gonna try.
We begin by injecting our initial dosage to allow us to stimulate specific areas of the basal ganglia. Charlie.
Yes, Doctor.
You may feel some strange sensations at the beginning, but I promise you there won't be any pain. Okay, Charlie, here we go. Charlie.
Charlie? Charlie?
Hi.
Hi.
Is it over?
It's over.
Am I smart?
I bet you are. Bet you're getting smarter every minute.
I'm really hungry.
Now, it's going to take a little time before we know anything, Charlie, but the operation could not have gone better.
Did you give my brain a new pair?
Pair of what?
Jeans.
Well, yes, Charlie, in a way, you do have a new pair. And you know something, Charlie? If this operation works, nobody will ever have to be like you were. None of these babies will ever have to grow up and go through what you went through.
Ain't that something?
All right, you ready, buddy?
Ready.
On your mark. Get set. Go. Ow!
You beat me again, Bert. I bet I'm never gonna get smart.
Oh, come on, Charlie. You just gotta have some patience, okay? I mean, you're probably learning even right now.
I'll tell you one thing I just learned. I never knew I was dumber than a mouse.
Charlie, I'm gonna let you in another secret, okay? This is no ordinary mouse. Algernon had an operation just like yours. He's the smartest mouse I know.
He did?
Yeah, cross my heart. And when your operation starts to work, you'll be beating him in no time. That's a promise.
Hope you don't get mad.
I doubt it. What was that? He wants you to win.
He does? Hello? Anybody here? Hello? Must have pulled another Charlie Gordon. Hey, Charlie!
Thank you, Mr. Dog.
Now get your knife. You're such a good kid.
Hey, what you do up there, Charlie? Take out some flour?
Hey, how you feeling, huh, buddy?
Good. I feel good. Yeah, good enough to run the mixer?
Hey, what happened to Oliver?
Charlie, Oliver got fired. And Mr. Donner's looking for a replacement, but he's got to run it himself in the meantime. How about that, huh?
What did he do to get fired?
I missed work just like you did. Better watch yourself, buddy. You could be next.
Hey, Mr. Donner! I won't miss work again, I promise. I only missed this time because the doctors made me, but even if I get sick, I'll come in.
It's okay, Charlie. What's bothering you?
Gimpy says you might fire me like you did Oliver.
Well, don't listen to that butthead. Hey, why would I fire you? You're a better worker than all these guys put together. Got a job for life, and that's a promise.
Thank you, Mr. Donner. Hey, Charlie, what you reading? Oh, it's really hard. It's my homework.
Okay, it's really simple, actually. You got three choices. You got subtraction, remember we talked about that, multiplication, and division. Now use the mouse. Go ahead, put your hand on the mouse, and you make a choice between addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Now remember, subtraction means to take away. To Charlie, you did it. Great job. Try now. Call if you need some help. I'll just be right over here, okay?
Sad rubbed his eyes and looked around.
Check this out. Nice and big monitors. I ain't even got one. Check this
I should always find that the
Calamity.
calamities,
That's a hard one.
calamities of life were shared among the upper and lower part of mankind, but that the middle station had the fewest disasters.
You know what that means?
Yeah,
What?
it means that people like me got it harder than people like you.
That's what Mr. Defoe says. You think that's true?
I think we all got it pretty hard. Except Mr. Caruso, because he's got it harder than any of us.
Why's that?
Well, because he doesn't have someone to help him out, like I do.
Let me show you something. See? He won't be lonely for long.
There's somebody there.
Start again.
Ready? Go.
Charlie, it's working. You are getting smarter. I'm smarter than a real smart man. Wait right here. Strauss has got to see this. I'll be right back. Charlie, give me some. Give me something. No, like this. Yeah. Woo. Charlie's the man.
Oh, I'm sorry, Algernon. You're not mad at me, are you? I tell you what, I'll be your friend. I'll take care of you now, because I'm smarter than you. I promise.
Hey. Hey, Charlie, what you reading?
Treasure Island.
I didn't know you could read stuff like that.
Well, it's pretty hard, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Well, you know, Frank and I were talking. You're a hell of a lot smarter than we thought you were.
Yeah, maybe a little.
You know what day it is, don't you?
Tuesday.
It's Mr. Donner's birthday.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what he'd like more than anything? He'd like to find someone who could run that mixer for him. You know, Mr. Donner's getting awfully tired of running that thing himself. And we figured, you know, since you're getting so smart, maybe you could take over.
I don't know, Gimpy. It's a pretty hard machine. I mean, Oliver went to school for a whole year to learn how to do it.
Yeah, and Oliver never read no Treasure Island neither, huh? Come on, Charlie, why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. I could get in a lot of trouble. I could mess up real bad, and we'd have to shut down for the whole night.
Come on, Charlie, you've been watching Oliver for 5-6 years now. I'm sure you know how to do it as good as he did.
Yeah, I probably do.
Hey,
Do you really think I can do it?
Hey, don't sell yourself short, Charlie.
You sure?
absolutely. going, Hank? Hey, hit the...
Charlie, what do you think you're doing? Hey, Mr. Donner, look, I'm making you a birthday loaf, just like Gimpy and Frank said I could. See? It came out just fine. Happy birthday, Mr. Donner. Hey, Gimpy, thanks for talking me into this. I'm buying this round too. Now, come on. I just got a raise. I ain't had a raise practically since I started working. For you. This is Gimpy. He needs another one. Mr. Donner bawled him out, and he was just trying to help. I don't know why you thought it was his birthday, Gimpy. Still, he should have been grateful. I mean, he got a new mixer operator, and he didn't even have to train him. He's looking at you, Gimp.
Hey, you want to dance, Charlie?
Nah, not me.
Come on, I'll show you.
No, thanks, Frank.
Hey, you're looking at the Twist King of Long Island City, 1964. Come on, it's easy, you know? You just gotta move your hips. That's it.
Hey, come on. I need a partner. Come on. Hey, look, that's a kid, but stuff. He's too embarrassed he falls his ass.
Not me. Come on. No, not me, Frank. Come on.
Get going out there. Get going. That's it. Hey, pretend like you're mixing bread, you know? Hey, there you go. You got it. Hey, keep going like that. I'm gonna lose my crown. Hey, Gimpy, look at me. I can do anything tonight. Here you go, Charlie. Whoa! Hey, Charlie, I think you had a little too much to drink. You better watch yourself.
I don't make fun of you, Gimpy.
Hi, Charlie. Can I come in?
Yeah.
I've been worried about you. Bert said that you haven't been to the lab and you haven't been to school in the last couple of days. You have to keep your appointments, Charlie. The experiment has to be monitored.
I'm just thinking about things.
Like what?
All the time that I was falling down because somebody's foot was sticking out. Like how I thought all my friends were smart and good, that they liked me. I thought they were my friends.
You shouldn't feel bad if you think everyone isn't nice like you think.
I shouldn't?
No. This happens to all of us, Charlie. You can be the most brilliant person in the world and people will still fool you.
And like you, coming here, seeing my apartment.
But your apartment's lovely.
It's not lovely, it's ugly, and I'm ashamed for you to see the way that I live. I mean, look at this mess. I mean, now I know why my mother felt the way that she did. I see how stupid I am and how little I've got.
You've done more with what you have than I could have ever imagined.
You're just saying that to be nice.
You know what my father used to say? He used to say, Alice, you're a chicken. You're too shy. You're not pretty enough. If I believed that, then I wouldn't be a teacher. I would never have met you.
But you are pretty. I'm glad you're my teacher.
Thank you, that's sweet. Don't swallow other people's sour grapes, Charlie, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
You better show up.
Bye, Miss Kinnear.
Bye.
You are making astonishing progress, Charlie. Better and faster than we ever imagined. But there are still things that we don't know about, things that Algernon can never tell us that we think you can.
Like what?
Like, what else is changing beyond your intelligence? Do you have feelings that you never felt? Do you have memories? You said that you don't remember much of your childhood, right? Well, are any of those memories coming back?
Sort of.
In what way?
Sometimes I have, like, flashes.
But what do you mean by flashes, Charlie?
Things that happen that I haven't thought of in a while.
Such as... I mean, is there any one particular memory, Charlie?
Harriet.
Who's Harriet?
She's a girl I knew when I was 10 or 11. I thought of her the other day when I was with Miss Kinnian.
And you liked Harriet?
Oh, yeah. She never teased me the way that other kids did. I used to do tricks for her and make her laugh.
What sort of tricks would you do, Charlie?
Stupid stuff. But I never felt like she was laughing at me. I always thought she liked me.
And what happened? Charlie?
I had a locket. I had a heart on a chain. I decided to give it to her. I asked my cousin to write a letter to her from me telling her how much I liked her. I left it on the doorstep with the heart. And the next day after school, her brother stopped me. The letter was full of bad words, dirty words that my cousin wrote to play a joke on me.
I'm sorry, Charlie, I'm sorry.
Then my mother took me out of school and I never went back. Not long after that, they sent me away for good.
You stole my locket, didn't you? And you gave it to that little girl. I didn't! You're a thief and a liar!
Hey, Charlie, just the man I wanted to see. Charlie, I just want you to come to my office for a moment. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. You remember these cards, don't you, Charlie?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I didn't understand him then. I don't understand him now.
Well, it's pretty simple, really. What do you see on this card, Charlie? People see all kinds of things in these ink blocks. Tell me what it makes you think of.
What it makes me think of?
Mm-hmm.
You mean there's not hidden pictures?
Hidden?
In the black paint. That's what you said the first time, that there was hidden pictures.
No, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Charlie,
That's what you said. You made me feel stupid because I couldn't see them. You said there was pictures that everybody could see.
I know I never said that.
You're lying. You're lying to me.
Calm down.
Why should I calm down? Now, you're just like everybody else, laughing and making fun of me. Before I didn't know better, but now I do, and I don't like it.
Look, Charlie, I know I never told you there were hidden pictures in there. You want proof? All right, I'll show you proof. I make recordings of all my sessions with you. You want me to play back that session? Here we go. You want to hear this? I probably used the exact words then that I use today. It's a requirement for these tests. Listen. What do you see on this card? People see all kinds of things in these ink blots.
I don't see nothing.
Sure you do. Take a good, hard look.
Maybe I should get some glasses, Bert.
No, Charlie. I mean, tell me what it makes you think of.
Makes me think of someone spilled some black paint.
Yeah, but what's in the black paint? People say it reminds them of things. They see pictures.
Oh, yeah. I see.
What do you see?
Pictures of black paint.
That was me. That was you.
You know what it's like hearing your old self talk back to you? It's like hearing someone that you thought was dead. Or worse, someone that you never knew existed. Not like that, not as dumb as that. You never were dumb, were you, Algernon? You were just normal. See, the trouble with me is I was never normal, and it's all I ever wanted to be. Now I'll just be the dumb guy that they made smart. Even if it's normal smart, I'll still be different. I don't know which is worse. To not know what you are and be happy, or to become what you always wanted to be and feel like you're alone. It's too hard to read.
You're doing fine. You're learning faster than we ever thought.
No, it's so beautiful out. It's impossible to keep your nose buried in a book.
Oh, that. Yeah, I see what you mean. And we were always told that silence is restful, but I think it's just the opposite. When I was little, I used to lie in bed and listen to the sounds of my neighborhood. It would help me sleep.
The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not.
How do you know that?
You just read it.
Yes, but how did you remember it?
We just read it 10 minutes ago. Caliban talking about the island.
Charlie, I've read this like 20 times. I mean, I couldn't just remember it just like that. Do you know more?
Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after long sleep will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me. That when I waked, I cried to dream again.
That's amazing. You just read that once?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago. What? You mean everybody can't do that?
No, Charlie. Everybody can't.
Wow.
No! No, you're wrong again, Frank. You got it all upside down.
Game 5.
No, it was game 6, 74.
Game 5, 75.
Come on, Frank, I was there.
And you should remember, Game 5, 75.
Actually, Frank's right, Gimpy. It was 75, but it was game 6, not 5, Frank. See, what happened was the game was tied 6-6, the bottom of the ninth. The bases were loaded when Fred Lynn flied out to George Foster, who threw home to Johnny Bench for a Denny Doyle tagout. Cincinnati went on to win the series. Boston's been in agony ever since. Say, you're from Boston, aren't you, Frank?
Boy, they sure made a mess of that book.
Yeah. I still liked it, though.
Why? It was so simplistic. I mean, they reduced the novel to, excuse the cinematic reference, black and white. I mean, how could she fall for that guy?
I did.
Really?
A little. Didn't you think she was sexy?
No, everything's more complex than just finding somebody attractive. I mean, people are more complicated, and I think...
What?
Well, take you, for instance. I used to just see you as a teacher, but now you're more like a friend.
I hope so.
Only friends don't call their friends Miss Kinnian.
Oh, I see. Okay, go ahead.
What?
Say it. Alice.
Alice. I never had a friend like you, Alice. I mean, the old Charlie thought he had lots of friends, but none like you, Alice.
I'm glad we're over that hurdle, Mr. Gordon.
Mr. Gordon?
Most of us don't know who our friends are. We don't have an operation to make people emotional geniuses, and we never will. But I'm glad to be your friend.
Me too.
Well, I've got to get home. I've got some work to do. It's been a pleasure, Charlie.
Alice. Did you ever have a girlfriend, Algernon? Huh? You haven't got the slightest idea what I'm talking about, do you? You meet a girl, you got one thing on your mind. Well, I think about that too. But Love. Love is so much more than that. I've loved people all my life, and you've never loved anyone. What do you know? But you must know what it's like to be loved. You feel any different because of that? For once in my life, I want to know how it feels to be loved back.
I don't believe it. That guy's a freak. I mean, come on, you ever seen anything like that?
You think he's been fooling us all along?
I don't know what to think. All I know is he's laughing at us.
Not Charlie.
Oh yeah, he asked me the other day if I read that Lolita book he was reading. Well, what am I supposed to say? I mean, I swear to God, the guy is making fun of me right to my face. Yeah, he's watching us all the time. Like we're some kind of specimens he's studying. Like we're the freaks and he's the normal one.
Well, he ain't normal, I'll give you that. Hey, you read that Lolita, you're one sick cookie.
Oh, you got that wrong.
I sure miss the old Charlie.
Charlie, I don't want to interrupt, but I have some good news. You two are taking a trip.
Me too?
You and Algernon. I just got word from the International Psychiatric Convention in Chicago. They're accepting my paper, Charlie. Now, I know it's a little early, but Charlie, your progress is so remarkable that I just can't hold back. I need to show you off.
What are you gonna do, run me through a maze?
No, Charlie.
I'm serious. How are you gonna show me off?
People are gonna ask you questions.
Like Trivial Pursuit?
No, of course not.
I got it. Why don't I read him Sappho here in the original Greek or Chinese? You want me to learn to speak Chinese?
What are you getting upset about?
Well, these are important scientists. I want to make a good impression.
Charlie, I don't know what
How about giving me words to spell like Frankenstein?
No, you're not being fair, Charlie.
No, you're not being fair. You're treating me like a mouse in a maze.
Why don't you calm down?
Because I have a choice here.
No, you don't, Charlie. You do not have a choice. Now, I made you what you are, so if you want to go ahead and compare me to Frankenstein, that's your opinion. But I believe that your life now is immeasurably better than before. So you owe me this. You have an ethical responsibility.
No, I don't. The old Charlie agreed to this, not me.
Come on, Charlie. You're splitting hairs
You
here.
want to talk ethics? This is not some Kantian categorical imperative.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is that? What is
What
that
would David
supposed to mean?
Hume say about
Who?
this? David Hume. He sent Immanuel Kant on his road.
Charlie, I'm talking about Chicago here. What are you talking
What are
about?
you saying? You haven't read Hume?
Charlie!
Have you or haven't you?
Probably read him in college.
Probably. He's one of the most brilliant minds of 18th century thought, and you say probably? I thought you were an educated man.
I am an educated man. Why don't you
How can you call yourself an educated man and say you haven't read Hume? Have you read Hegel?
I don't care about Hume or Hegel or anybody. I'm talking about changing the face of medicine, winning Nobel Prizes, and you bring in some esoteric 18th century philosopher.
I'm smarter than you, aren't I?
Say it! Yes. Yes, Charlie. You are smarter than me. You've learned more in 4 months than I've learned in my entire life.
You've made a freak of me at the other end of the scale, haven't you? Well, I got news for you, Dr. Strauss. I'm not your science fair project. I'm not your ticket to Stockholm, and I'm sure as hell not your paper in Chicago.
Charlie, Mr. Donald wants to see you.
Hey, come on inside.
Make sure you get it full rack.
What's this?
It's a petition signed by all the workers complaining about your attitude. They've asked me to let you go, Charlie.
Why?
Well, you've changed. You're angry. You make them feel dumb sometimes.
They made me feel dumb.
You were dumb. At least they thought you were. But now, you talk down to them. You have this attitude. I don't know what happened, but the Charlie you used to be, the Charlie everyone here liked, he ain't around anymore.
Mr. Donner, I can be more friendly.
Too late. Half the guys who work here have been in complaining. They're afraid of you. Now, Charlie, I gotta look out for everybody here. You promised me you'd never fire me. I promised another Charlie, not you.
Where will I go?
Well, anywhere you want. You won't have trouble getting a job, but you don't need to work here.
Yes, I do. This is my home.
No, Charlie. Not anymore.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
Mr. Donner fired me.
Oh, Charlie, I'm sorry.
They asked him to. All the people that I thought were my friends.
Why?
They hate me now. I made them hate me. Just like I did Dr. Strauss today. I made him feel like an idiot. I'm so angry and I don't know why.
I'm sorry. Your heart's got to catch up to your head. If you can learn to see people with your head and your heart, you'll be surprised at what you find.
How do I do that?
What do you know about Dr. Strauss?
Why?
Do you know his father pressed him so hard to succeed, he had a nervous breakdown when he was an undergraduate? And if he presents his paper in Chicago and it's well received, there's some part of him that'll feel like at last he made his father proud.
So you're saying I should go to Chicago?
That's not what I'm saying, Charlie. Just try to look before you judge, whichever way you go.
What about you? How do I learn to see you with my heart and my head?
What do you want to know? I'm a Pisces. I wanted to be a dancer, but I wasn't good enough. And then I wanted to be a writer, but I wasn't good enough. And then I found this, and now I think I'm good enough.
You have a boyfriend?
A boyfriend? I've come close, but I've never really gotten to the point where I let myself fall in love. But no, my father was right, Charlie. I am a chicken. I was afraid to be a dancer or a writer. I mean, just like I'm afraid to commit to certain people, and I always do. No, Charlie. No, Charlie. No, this can't happen. No.
Why?
It just isn't right. I mean, there are plenty of women out there waiting for someone like you, but I'm just not one of them. I'm sorry. I have to go. If I give Lester 2 cookies and Bernice takes one away.
She can't. She can't. I'll eat it.
Are they chocolate chips?
Oh.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey,
Hi, Charlie. Hi, Lester. Hi, Bernice. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Charlie, I don't know if you could come back in here. You know, you missed a lot of classes, mister. You got a lot of work to do before you catch up.
I'll do my best, Mike. I promise.
Okay, Mike.
I'd like to speak to Miss Kinnian, please.
Lester, why don't you read aloud the story that we started yesterday, okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Dog and
What's
boy.
I want you to come to Chicago with me. Please. I won't pull anything like I pulled last time. I promise.
Charlie, last week was...
No, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I need you now. I need a friend. I'm afraid.
Of what?
I don't know. Something's not right. I'm starting to lose things. Memories. I mean, they're there and then suddenly they're not.
You're forgetting things?
Not important things, but it's like a motor in my head that's starting to run down and I don't know why or how.
It's probably nerves, Charlie.
Maybe that's what it is. But I need you. I've already spoken to Dr. Strauss. He'll pay for your ticket, but you have to make up your mind really fast.
How fast? When do you leave?
In about an hour.
When Charlie Gordon first came to us, he was outside of society. He was alone in a great city, without friends or relatives who could care for him, without mental equipment that would let him lead a normal life. He had no past, no contact with the present, and no hope for the future. In fact, one might say that Charlie Gordon was one of nature's mistakes. A mistake that, with Charlie's own help, we have corrected. Before you meet this remarkable human being, I want to show you where he came from, what he was like before. So this videotape was made just over 6 months ago. Alex, would you roll the tape, please?
Charlie, tell us about yourself.
My name is Charlie Gordon.
Where do you live?
Home?
You have a job?
Yeah, I work at the bakery.
What do you do there?
I help. I ain't allowed to bake because I'll mess things up. One time I put a whole bunch of chocolate chips in the rye bread because I like chocolate chips. Gimpy says I pulled a real Charlie Gordon.
Charlie? What's a Charlie Gordon?
That's something I do that's real dumb. Other people can pull Charlie Gordons too, but nobody like me.
If you could do anything in the world, Charlie, what would you want to do the most?
Learn. I want to learn. I want to be a genius.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Charlie Gordon.
Charlie, you can be seated now. Please, let me say a few words.
Charlie, they're all going to have questions for you afterwards.
No. Let me speak. I'll be brief, I promise.
Of course.
Excuse me if I'm at a loss. I hadn't seen that video before, and I feel like I just met an old friend whom I'd forgotten so much about. I'm very thankful to Dr. Strauss and Mr. Stinson for all they've done for me and to me. But there are a few things that have been said today to which I take exception. Dr. Strauss, in all innocence, described the old Charlie Gordon as a mistake of nature and a burden. Descriptions with which many of you would probably agree.
Well, let me explain, Charlie.
I am not aware of any contribution that Charlie Gordon made to society before his operation, but to describe him as a mistake is unfair.
He would have given you his last crust of bread if you asked for it.
Which brings me to my next topic of discussion, the Charlie Gordon of tomorrow. My intelligence has grown at a remarkable rate. My IQ is now reaching the 200 range. And where will it stop? Will I keep growing smarter and smarter? Will I be able to solve the problems of physics and medicine? Or will I level off and be surpassed by future Charlie Gordons as Dr. Strauss's techniques become more and more refined? Well, the answer, my friends, is neither A nor B. The answer I read in an article last night by Dr. David Chodorov of the University of St. Petersburg. It appears that Dr. Chodorov has been experimenting in this area too, and each of his subjects, after a brief increase in intelligence, reverted to their original level of idiocy, or less. Now, granted, his subjects were mice and not humans, and his techniques were not as refined or as skillful as Dr. Strauss's, but the basis of his theory is identical. Because of this evidence, in conjunction with certain personal observations that I've made over the last few days, I've come to the conclusion that tomorrow's Charlie Gordon will be the same Charlie Gordon as the one featured in the video you just saw. Only he won't be as smart. But what I find most disturbing about this article is that Dr. Strauss knew, as each of you did, about Dr. Chodorov's experiments and their outcome, and he never said a word.
Well, why don't you let me explain,
Not to me,
Charlie?
not to the old Charlie Gordon.
Charlie, I think it's
now,
time for you to sit
granted,
down.
the old Charlie Gordon would have said, go ahead, do it anyway, and perhaps I would have said the same thing, but what I'm talking about here is ethical responsibility.
Charlie, that's enough, buddy.
Something the old Charlie Gordon knew a hell of a lot more about than many professionals today. He wanted to be a gene-ass, like each of you. Now I know that you're not gene-asses, you're just asses. And this experiment is over.
Watch out! Don't step on Algernon! Watch out!
little buddy. You're the most important mouse in their life, and they couldn't tell you from Adam. Ready to go home? Hi.
I need to talk to you. Is that Algernon?
Yeah.
I thought you let him loose. Is that why you brought me here? So I could watch you do some sleight of hand?
Of course.
So I could see you humiliate the very people who made you who you are?
Look, would you just...
How could you do that, Charlie?
It's not my fault. He lied.
I know he lied, but you could have called him on it in private. You didn't have to make a public laughing stock.
Well, he
out
was
of
willing to laugh at me. They all were. You heard them.
And now you're treating them just like they treated you.
Well, it's not science. It's stupidity. I'm sick of doctors that go around acting like they're God.
You've come a long way, haven't you, Charlie Gordon? You're about as ethically responsible now as they are.
Well, I wouldn't worry, Miss Kenyon. We'll soon have the old Charlie Gordon back, and he'll let people treat him any way they like.
You want to dance? You want to dance?
Thanks, I don't dance.
Who is she? The girl you're drinking about.
It's not that simple.
Never is.
It's actually a guy.
Oh, okay. Hey, whatever wags your tail.
Come to think of it, he does have a tail.
You're kidding.
And a lot of fur.
This is not a human being we're talking about, is it?
Would you like to meet him?
Sure.
This is Algernon.
Oh, he's so cute. Hi, Algernon. I'm Faye.
And you thought I was.
Very funny guy.
Algernon is a certified genius. He's much smarter than you, or even me, in comparative mouse terms, but he's starting to get dumb. Pretty soon he'll be as dumb as any mouse around.
That's too bad.
Well, not totally, because then he'll get to see Charlie again. Charlie's this friend of his who's a lot dumber than Algernon in comparative mouse terms.
What happened to Charlie?
Charlie went away. Pretty soon he's coming back. When he gets back, Algernon may be too dumb to recognize him. To just think that he's me. Ugh.
I'm a little confused.
You want to dance?
I thought you said you didn't.
Huh?
Dance?
Oh, he don't, but I do.
Who's he?
The guy I live with. You don't know I'm still around, but I am. I'm Charlie. Charlie Gordon. Come on!
Just a little weird.
Hey, come on! It's easy. It's just like mixing bread. Hey, you're gonna do the twist. You all right? What are you doing?
Charlie? Can I come in? Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
Algernon and I went out dancing. We got mugged by Chubby Checker. Can I make you some coffee?
Maybe I should make you some.
Alice, I owe you an apology for the way I behaved and the way I spoke to you in Chicago. I guess I pulled a real Charlie Gordon.
I understand.
He's back.
Who?
The old Charlie. He came back last night in the bar.
You mean you pretended you were him?
No, I really was him. He's still inside me. When he came out, I went in. I know it sounds strange, but what's really strange is that there were times last night while he was out that I actually felt happy.
They wanted me to tell you that they need you, Charlie. They want you to come back. They'll agree to any demands you make.
It sounds like a reply to a ransom note. Come to think of it, I guess it is.
Why are you suddenly giving up?
Isn't it obvious?
Because some guy in Russia says it's automatically reversible? You don't know. Maybe you can change it. Maybe there's something you can do, Charlie.
I doubt it.
Then prove it. Prove to me it's useless, because I don't think it is. You're just sitting there with a bomb in your lap waiting for it to go off. The old Charlie wouldn't do that. I miss him. Not just the innocence or the sweetness like you think I do, but I sure as hell miss the courage.
You were right, Charlie. You were right in what you said. I just wish that you had said it a little more delicately. I knew about the Russian experiment. I knew about the results. And I suppose I was just naive enough to hope that it wouldn't happen this time. I'm sorry. And you probably guess that there's another dimension to this that we can't ignore, because I am not smart enough to save you, Charlie. But you are. I created a monster, and now my monster has the capability to finish the experiment that I began.
What if I don't want to?
Then it's over. Please, Charlie. Please. Don't let it be over.
Dr. Strauss, Charlie, you guys gotta come see this, please. He was doing this maze with no problem only a week ago. Now he doesn't know where he is.
So the regression's begun.
Well, I think it's been going on for some time now. It's just happening a lot faster than we ever thought possible.
What about changes in behavior?
Well, he has been acting a little weird lately. Unpredictable.
I brought you some food.
Thanks.
Charlie, I wanted to talk to you.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. I'll see you tomorrow.
It's okay. Slow down. It's not gonna catch you. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
It's not the whole answer, but it's 2/3 of it.
It's brilliant, Charlie.
It's not brilliant enough. It doesn't change anything. It just explains why it's happening. There's still something else, the last third that I'm not able to explain that might turn it all around.
Something in the math, maybe.
No, it's not in the math. It's not in the chemistry either. It's something, it's a light outside my grasp, and my arms aren't long enough to reach it.
Charlie, is this something that would make a difference?
Enough of a difference to get you that Nobel Prize.
I'm not interested in the Nobel Prize anymore.
Sure you are. We all are. Because you're going to share it with me.
Charlie. Sorry. It's Algernon. Stop eating. I think he's given up. We're gonna have to feed him ourselves from now on.
Let me see. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? You think he wants to die?
I think Strauss disagrees, but I think there's a part of him that realizes what he can't do anymore, and I guess he refuses to live like that. Sorry. It's just a stupid theory.
What do you do with him when he dies?
We'll have to dissect him. I know it sounds awful, but we don't really have a choice. I mean, we gotta find out what went wrong with him, right?
Yeah.
Charlie, we just have to remember, he's only a mouse.
Yeah. He's only a mouse. Come on. Eat. Come on, Algernon. Come on.
Charlie, you said you wanted to see me.
I've defined the problem. The solution's been in front of me all along.
Well, what is it? Come on, tell me. You have to explain it to me because that math is beyond me.
It's really very simple. My regression is inevitable. And even if there were any hope of my finding a solution, I no longer understand the equations necessary to find them.
Oh, Charlie, come on, don't give up. You just hit a bump.
No, nope. It's not a bump. It's a chasm.
Well, you said there was something you hadn't thought of. You know, a light somewhere. Isn't that what you said? You said there was something that would make a difference, remember?
Not to my head, to my heart. That's where the real problem lies. But I know how to solve that. You don't get it, do you? What you value is intelligence. But the mind without the heart isn't worth a damn. Charlie Gordon loved people with all his being. That's all he had.
But now, my heart is overwhelmed with my head. It's a question of values, Dr. Strauss. In Charlie Gordon's world, we're the morons. You'll tell Bert and Alice, won't you?
Yeah?
Please, let me in. Don't be afraid. I just want to see you. I just want to talk to you. Please don't shut me out again. Please, I'll pay you to talk to me. Just as much money as they paid you to sign the permission. I'm not going away until you talk to me. If you don't open the door, I'll break it down! Come on! Don't be afraid. I just want to talk to you. I just want you to understand that I'm not the way I was. I'm not retarded anymore. I'm not a moron. I'm normal, Mom. Just like you always wanted me to be. So talk to me. You can be proud of me now. So tell me that. Tell me. Tell me about how it was when I was little. Tell me why you hated me. I need to know before it's too late, and you're the only person that can help me. So please help me, Mom.
Just wanted you to be normal. Just wanted a normal kid. God cheated me on everything else. You think you can give me a break on that one? Wouldn't you? Here, blow. Feel better.
Why'd you send me away?
Why'd I send you away? You don't know? You never did understand nothing. You were always getting in trouble. You're always making a big mess. I was scared. It was hard enough when you were little. You got too big. I sent you away because you were better off without me. Still are. Gotta believe that. Handsome man. Grew up to be a handsome man. Yeah, tall. And smart. Famous. I've been reading about you in the newspapers. Of course you make me proud. Of course I should have known you'd be handsome. You're such a beautiful baby. Too beautiful. You know, a guy gives you too much of one thing, he evens it out somewhere else. I always said that. You remember that thing? You loved that locket. Played with it all the time. What happened to that, I wonder? We were happy then.
Sing to me. And sing to me. You remember the song about Charlie? Sing it to me.
Charlie's neat and Charlie's sweet and Charlie, he's a dandy. Every time he goes to town, he gets his girl some candy. Over the river and through the trees, over the river to Charlie's. over the river and through the trees to bake a cake for Charlie. Charlie's neat and Charlie's sweet and Charlie, he's a dandy. Every time he goes to town, he gets his girl some candy. Oh, he gets his girl some candy.
Get his girl some candy.
You remember that, huh? Charlie's neat and Charlie's sweet and Charlie, he's a dandy. Every time he goes to town, he gets his girl some candy.
I finally saw her. I know now why my mother could never love me. She could never love anybody. It's not my fault. Still, I feel so afraid. It feels so alone.
Me too. I do too.
No.
It's what I want.
No, it's too late.
No, Charlie, it isn't.
You're only doing this because you feel sorry for me.
No. I feel sorry for me. I need you. I've always needed you. I've just been too afraid. I love you. Not just the dumb you or the smart you. I love the man that lives in both those people.
Alice. I'm never.
It's okay. I'll show you. Come here. Sit down. Now don't use your head. Just use your heart, okay? Soften your lips.
Hi. What is it? Why so mysterious?
Come on.
Where are we going?
I'll show you. I didn't want them cutting him up. I've got something to say to you, Alice. Something important.
Okay.
I used to have a locket I got from my mother. I kept it with me all these years, even though it made me sad to look at it, and I didn't know why. Now I know it's because it was empty. There was nothing inside, not even a picture. I gave it to Algernon because, in a funny way, he filled it with love. I didn't need it anymore because I had you. These last few days have been the happiest in my life. My real heart is filled with love now because I know how it feels to be loved back. I love you, Alice, more than anyone I've ever known, and I always will. That's why I want you to leave.
Charlie, this doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. I want you to remember me like I am now. It's all going so fast. I'll forget how to read soon and write. And before long, I'll forget about you. You'll just be Miss Kinnian, and I'll just be some guy you have to take to school, some grown-up little boy who loves you like a sister or a mother, but not like a woman, not like a real friend.
I can't agree to this.
Then I'll change the locks on my apartment. I'll lock myself in and I won't come out. Please, don't you see? If we go on like this, we'll lose every happy memory we got. It's not so bad, really. It's only sad because we've been so happy. I would go through the entire operation all over again just for these last few days.
Hi, Mr. Donner.
Hi, Charlie. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if maybe I could have my old job back. I was sick, Mr. Donner, but I ain't sick no more. Pretty soon I'll be just like the old Charlie Gordon again. And I know you hired someone to run the bread mixer, and that's okay because I can't do it no more. It's too hard.
Well, I don't know, Charlie. You know, I don't think the guys are going to be...
Please, Mr. Donner. It won't be for long because pretty soon I'll be too dumb to work here, and then I'll go to a home I found where they take care of folks like me that nobody wants.
Look, it's not that I don't want you, Charlie. It's just...
Let me try, please. Let me just ask the other fellas. We'll leave it up to them.
Okay.
Hey, you guys! Hey, Renee! Hey, Frank! Hey, Gimpy! Charlie! How they hanging, buddy? All right. Hey, I got one for you. Yeah? Hey, how many Charlie Gordons does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
2. One to try to screw it in, and one to hand him a light bulb when he drops it. Hey, come here. Great to see you, Charlie. Good to see you, Frank. Hey, Charlie.
Okay, Bernice, why don't you come up here and see if you can write Lester's name on the blackboard?
I can't spell Lester.
We'll just give it a try, okay? We'll sound it out.
Lester. L. Lester. A. Lester. S. Lester. T. Lester. Esther.
Hey, Charlie, where you been?
Hi, Mike.
Boy, are you in trouble. You ain't been here for so long, you probably forgot your name.
I'm Charlie Gordon, and you're Mike, and that's Miss Kinnian, see?
Yeah, but Charlie, you can't just leave here and not come back till you feel like it, Charlie. You got to be here every day.
And I will from now on. Won't I, Miss Kinnian? I'm not gonna miss no more school.
Good for you, Charlie.
I'm gonna be smart, Mike. I'm gonna be a regular gene-ass.
More like jackass.
I can spell jackass.
Miss Kinnian, he's sitting in my chair.
No, it's my chair.
It's my chair, Charlie. Charlie, get out of my chair. Charlie, get out of my chair. This is my chair now.
No.
Yes.
No, it's my chair.
No,
Technically,
I sit
it
next
was
to...
Charlie's chair first,
No,
man.
those are my crayons too, and I sit next to them.
Hey, Miss Kinnian. Miss Kinnian, wait up.
Hi, Charlie. What can I do for you?
You can let me give you a hug. Don't cry. I know you're crying, but don't cry. I don't know why I'm dumb again or what I did wrong, but it's okay. I learned a lot of stuff I never knew before. I learned about my ma and some other stuff too. And now I know I'm a person like everybody else. And I'm gonna keep trying to get smart again as best I know how. That's a promise. So don't you feel sorry for me. I bet I'm the first dumb person in the whole world who found out something important for science. It's like I did it for all the dumb people all over the world. Here. Blow. You'll feel better. See? And I still got lots of friends. And I'll have even more when I go to the home that's gonna take care of me. It ain't so bad.
I love you, Charlie. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Miss Kinnian, when I go away, would you do me a favor? I wouldn't ask, except I think you wouldn't mind.
Anything.
Whenever you think of it, would you put flowers on Algernon's grave? He really likes them. Do it for me.
I'd be honored.
Bye, Miss Kinnian. See you tomorrow.